Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Muttlay Krew Studios. And here we are in the Muttlay Studio. We're in the room, the game room, boulevard. No sign, no edit.
No idea.
Something like that. I like it.
That caught me off guard because you didn't take your big old deep breath.
Yeah. No, I just smashed it in. I'm here with Kyle and Cody. How we doing this lovely afternoon, evening?
Yeah, red hot, mate.
Red hot? Bit
Keen
sore?
to talk to you boys about the footy.
Football,
All
yes.
the footy you watched.
Weekend of football it was. Weekend of football it was. The Broncos lost.
All that really
Newcastle
matters.
won. That's all that mattered.
It would have been a good weekend of footy to watch because there was no nights. So
It was red hot.
Sound like some good games.
There was some
Sound like some
good footy.
Dumpers. Sound like there was some bumpers, but let's get into it. Friday night. Let's go Friday night. We went to New Zealand. We went to New Zealand. It was cold. It was warm. But it was the Warriors back on the winning ways, beating the Waggers. The Waggers? The West Tigers, who suck. 28-16 to the Warriors. Fire. Then we went to Commbank Stadium, and the Parramatta Eels gave it a good red hot crack for a couple of minutes,
Parramatta Eel.
but they lost badly. Melbourne Storm got the
They
job
started
done.
good. The Eel started well.
Yeah, I heard that. So we had the Spooners lose first up, straight up. Then Saturday.
fucking hell, this is slow.
Hey, man, he's right there.
Saturday, it was a game of the round by the sounds of it. By the most uproar, most reviews I've heard, the Broncos lost 16-41 to the Dogs of War, the Doggies,
Doggies just schooled him.
in Suncorp.
Absolutely
On
schooled
a
him.
nice sunny day, full strength. Wow. And then we had the Cowboys. Oh, are they the real deal, the Cowboys?
No, they're not.
They keep winning and no one's expecting them to win.
Sitting in sixth.
They were favourites.
Beat the Sharks 30-22.
Fuck, he's back sucking off the Cowboys dick again.
He's only doing it to stir you up.
And then Saturday night we
Oh,
had
it's fucking working.
the Roosters hold on, even though they try to give this game away. 34-30 against
Literally.
Manly Seagulls. Luke Keary fucking passed the ball away. Oh.
I was telling Kyle about it on the way over, and he's like, "You're joking." I said,
I
"Yep."
started watching.
2 within about 2 minutes.
And then Sunday afternoon, I did watch a bit of this game.
Nathan Cleary Clinic.
Cleary is on, boys. The
Cleary.
Panthers are flying. And they had this wind. They were flying in this wind. Pumped the Dragons 46-10.
I'm going to say this in the most respectful way ever, but fuck you, Nathan Cleary.
I reckon, moving forward, the Panthers should just not play him between rounds 12 and 18 every year,
Just
whether he's injured or not. Because the last, last year, this year, injuries, and then he comes back just at the right time. They need to do that nice little push to finals. Fuck, next year, you're sat. You're not playing. Just pretend you're rehabbing or something.
yeah, he played the first 10 weeks, and then from round 11 through to round 26.
It's not that
State
long.
of
Not that
Origin.
long.
I don't
Maybe
know.
round 19. Come back.
Could you just imagine him? He's
Doesn't play
but,
Origin.
But he's been, yeah.
You don't need him. You finally won one without him.
Yeah, Mitchell Moses, mate, he's fine.
Then we had the Coastie Wars. Coastie's at it again. But it was the Gold Coast Titan who got up over the Dolphins who... Oh,
2 weeks in a row,
they're
14-point leads.
falling.
2 weeks in a row, 14-point leads.
crushed it.
Torn.
21-14 for Gold Coast. Good win. And then we finished it off in a -2 degrees game. We had the Raiders 32 up against the Rabbitohs 12. It actually got -2 on the field here, boys.
I wasn't laughing at that.
Fuck that. Fucking cold. And the Raiders, 9th place. They've got their chances there too to make the top 8. And then we had the Mighty Knights locking the 2 points.
Shut
Nice
up.
bye.
You're joking. You are joking.
So there
It's
was...
the last 2 points they're going to win all season, so
Oh,
he's laughing it up.
we're coming home hard.
You joking.
It's all right, boys. Don't worry. Kalen Ponga will still get Dally M.
Basically.
Sounds like Teddy is maybe winning at the moment.
So he should be.
No one actually knows, but...
Turbo's going to do a ponga
Mm.
and play 6 good games all year and get voted it somehow.
No, maybe Nathan Cleary. He has actually won one before.
He's not good enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't play enough footy.
Nah.
he just wins
Overrated.
premierships. Oh, shit. Righto, boys. You fellas got any winners or losers? What's your take on the football from the weekend, fellas?
I do have a loser. It's the fucking Broncos.
Oh, yes, please. Like I was saying to you before, if we could change tips in this for our little thing, I would have. As soon as I seen they brought Corey Oates onto the bench, I knew we were doomed. I just wanted to change my tip straight away.
We were saying this over on the weekend because we didn't get to watch the games, but like we're obviously keeping eyes on the scores and stuff. And we did realise that basically the Broncos were full strength, and then just about every excuse or every reasoning when Kevy Walters has been talking or any reports getting out, it's, origin, injuries, this, that. And I'm like, but what's their excuse for this one? They're full strength.
So he come in and goes, obviously the origin period had like a big thing, the boys are a bit tired. I was like, shut up, you gave them a rest. They didn't even play. I mean, a couple of them played last week, but
like
Jesus.
I get it. Like no season, like Broncos were pretty lucky last year in the fact that they didn't have too many major injuries. But for a side when they've been missing their halfback, but then you look at Melbourne, who haven't had Munster basically all year. You've had the Panthers, who have not had Nathan Cleary for over half the season.
Yeah,
They're 1 and 2.
We're banking on Spuds. The backup halfbacks that we've jockmanned in them, it's not doing it.
But
Need to try that Kobe Black out, I reckon.
But they got that. Well, Panthers had Brad Snyder and Jack Cole, who've never really played rugby. Oh, well, Brad Snyder had played a bit, but he'd come back over from Super League. Jack Cole made his debut, still killed it.
I don't think
It's just showing how lacking in halfbacks we are.
But like Panthers,
And Mam hasn't stood up. Luai stood up.
That's where I was about to go.
Hughes stood up.
Yeah.
Mam,
Nothing.
I was like, at the start of this year, I was backing him. I'm like, yep, premiership, they're going to be hungry. He's going to leaps and bounds this year. He's going to be pushing for it, especially just somehow being in the origin conversation too. I thought that might have, spurred him on to try and go to another level to prove. Everyone's saying, no, it's Dearden. And he's just plodded along, probably nearly gone backwards, like the whole team. But I seen something today, actually. Penrith, the last 3 teams that they beat the Rabbitohs, then they finished 15th. They beat Eels, they finished 16th. Then they've beaten the Broncos, and they're currently 13th.
Wow.
So every team that they beat absolutely plummets the year after.
Nice little stat there.
Yeah, right.
I seen that, and I thought, holy, losing to the Panthers is that bad. Just absolutely. And then that just shows, like, how good Penrith are doing.
But it's just that system.
Year after year after year.
Another thing for the Broncos is just they've got no depth in the edge rollers. They've pretty much had Ricky and Piacor all season,
Who haven't
and
even
neither of them
been
been that great. But then as soon as one of them is out, they've got really no one. They've got middle forwards playing edge. So that's just weird for a Broncos club who's got so many players usually that they're a bit short there.
Well, normally we do have back rowers.
Yeah, so that's been
Normally
a bit
we're
weird.
that heavy. And I always I rate Kobe Hetherington, but not on an edge.
No, he's not.
You love him in the middle, just doing that dirty work, just getting in there. He's just not. It's weird to say. I don't think he's big enough for an edge. The way that he plays.
Yeah, but you'd have to probably bring him on at 13 and put Carrigan to the edge, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I know you lose a bit by taking Carrigan out of the middle, but
hey, the two tries that Carrigan scored all year is playing back row.
But like,
could be an option.
You've got to go with what? Like, I feel like if you were to put Kobe Harrington in at lock and Carrigan to the back row, you lose less by doing that than if you were to put Kobe Harrington to the back
because he
row.
just brings so much up the bench. Like playing the whole game, he's sort of got to, pick and choose and sort of save his energy because he knows he needs to play a lot of minutes. Whereas when he just comes on in the middle and just rips and tears while Payne Huss and that are off the field, he adds so much more value. But then in saying with the Broncos being the loser, the Bulldogs,
I think they're a winner.
absolute winners. The attack that they had, like they said that they were going to critique the attack, and they made the Broncos look ridiculous. And the Broncos not being able to adjust, the Bulldogs would just go around them, and then around them, and around them, and around them, and around them. And at no point did they think, maybe we should spread out here a bit. The amount of times Cobbo and that were getting found out was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't believe
I
it.
think the Bulldogs, for me, all year they've been about defense, and they went out there and scored 7 tries against the Broncos, which I just thought was wild. And that's without Stephen Crichton, who didn't even play this game. He's been their best player all year, which...
And made it look easy. Like, some of them was just in their own half, just 3-4 passes wide, just getting on the outside and then just smashing it. And then you got those ones like, obviously, when you're playing that sort of football, that upbeat footy, and then you get that try that they scored off the second kick when they went up. The Broncos I don't know why the Broncos do it more than any other team, I reckon, is let the ball bounce, just stand there and watch it. And they get it back. Reed Marnie with that crossfield kick.
It was a shank too.
That was very
absolute shank. And he just one hands it, bang, and then as he lands, just bang, hits old mate on the chest. Try time. That's what happens when you're playing that sort of upstyle football. So that scares me for the Bulldogs moving forward, is if they can start attacking like that while defending the way that they do, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. What about you, Jake? What do you got?
Well, do you know what's ridiculous?
What?
Is that this Penrith Panthers might win 4 comps in a row in the NRL. How they played yesterday, they won this game the first 25 minutes. And I don't think the Dragons, the Dragons didn't defend that bad, but they didn't play that bad. They just were outgunned, outclassed.
But it's a hard one to take with the Dragons because the Dragons can get into a fight, but then sometimes, just every now and then, there's a couple of weeks where they get broken early, and then they're just like, fuck it.
But once it was like 20 points or something, they started looking all right. They started looking pretty good. The second half was whatever, and then just Penrith just held it and held it and held it. So that's the thing too. Like, you start coming at Penrith, they don't fall apart. They just weather it, and then they just come back out on top again.
And then just go bang, bang, bang. Oh, fuck. Well, this was when James Fisher-Harris gone after 3 minutes with the injury. Dane Laurie gone after 20 minutes. Still no Edwards, and then they just still won comfortably. And I reckon they left points and tries out in that field too. It could have been 60. But yeah, it's going to be pretty good to see what happens here with this. And I'm seeing all the memes now and all the stories. The last ride between Luai and Cleary, and like they've got this little pack that they're going to go hard. And yeah,
Luai leaving, Fisher Harris leaving, Taruva leaving, and they'll probably fucking win the comp again next year. But all these players in and out, and
get around it.
Ridiculous.
Get around it.
Never see it.
I thought we'll never see it.
Nah, I'm calling it here first. Panthers to bounce out in 2 weeks.
Let's pray for rain. They're no good in the rain. If there's a wet finals game, gone.
Which is really strange though, because the Panthers, I wouldn't say play an electric style of footy with the ball.
It is strange because they do, it's very disciplined. It's very get your spots, kick the corners.
Like, if you told me that the rain heavily affected the Broncos, it would make sense with their attacking style.
With the flare and stuff.
Yeah.
Same with the Roosters.
Yeah. Well, we're still not that good in the rain. But the Panthers the and whoever the fuck we verse, Melbourne.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Panthers are surprising because they're not flashy. They just grind.
And it's ridiculous because it's like 5 out of their last 5 games or something that are wet. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, I would have thought that wet football, if it suits any team, it's the Panthers.
It's strange.
Maybe the Raiders, but yeah. You got anything else, Jake?
I think probably the biggest loser for me this week is the Redcliffe Dolphins for dropping that game against the Gold Coast. They were up 14-0. They were dominant. I reckon they had a try disallowed, which should have been a try, which really hurt them because they would have went up.
Bostock one definitely should have been a try.
They would have went up 18-20-0 maybe, but they just let that game go against Gold Coast, who played really well in the second half of Gold Coast. But these are the games that the Dolphins are going to look back if they miss the 8 again, and these are the games they've got to try to catch because they've got a pretty hard run home.
What?
They lost the Cowboys
5 or 6 out of their last 8 they've lost now.
Yeah,
and that's two 14-point leads.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 14-point leads. Had it
One
over
of them
Penrith.
was against Penrith though, but still.
Yeah, but
at this level, you should be holding on to a 14-point
lead. You should be finishing that, especially because that was later. This was early.
This was early, yeah.
And they had the whole game, and then just 21 unanswered points from the boobs.
Yes, unfortunately for the Dolphins, it's going to be tough. And now you're looking at the ladder. They're the team coming 8th on 24 points. And everyone else is a bit up forward over them, obviously. So, yeah.
Well, mathematically, everyone down to Rabbitohs can make it. 20 points.
Rabbitohs are gone.
Yeah, I know. Everyone on 20 points mathematically can make it. But how often do people that can mathematically make it? You know what I mean?
I think the numbers are like 2%.
I just want fucking NRL that tastes like real NRL.
Extra dollop.
Yeah. I've got the Broncos. They're only a 2% chance.
Yeah, so Dolphins for me because I think in the last 6 games they got 4 of the top 8 teams, so it's gonna be tough for them.
Yes. It's going to be, it'll be definitely, it's up there. And considering, like, especially, like, you feel disappointed or let down by the Rabbitohs and the Broncos more so because they know. Like, the Broncos needed to win, like, they could only afford one more loss. So you think they would have been more hungry. Because now they have to go through perfect and then hope on other results. Same as the Rabbitohs now. Like, I thought coming up against, I know, not everyone likes going to the Raiders, going down there to Canberra, but they just were not there. Raiders just outplayed them. So, it'll be interesting to see. And then you got teams like, if the teams down the bottom of the ladder can start throwing a spanner into the works and see if they can start knocking off teams and ruining it.
Tigers and Parramatta not win another game until they verse each other last game.
That could decide the wooden spoon.
It's just going to be the spoon bowl because they're both looking terrible.
That'd be hot.
Both got
but the thing
few
is,
injuries.
Because then you got, especially like, you're coming in trying to jostle for maybe a top 4 spot, and then you come up against a Rabbitohs or a Broncos who on their day can fucking run rings around you.
Mm.
Like, and you're going, they're not a chance. This is a team coming, 13th, 14th. But, geez, boys, we need to be, which then puts everyone at the top of the ladder on that little bit of an edge going, got to be careful. Except for Melbourne and Penrith, they'll just pump everyone.
Except this week.
Melbourne for minor prems or what?
Well, that's pretty much.
I thought you said they're missing an 8, Cody.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez, how your tunes changed in
Yeah,
6 months.
I've nailed it, haven't I?
They just keep winning. Pappenhausen had a red-hot game. Munster came back off the bench. He had a few good touches. Definitely could tell it was his first game, but it's only good for the team.
Dolphins are about to ruin my other big take too because I had the Dolphins top 6.
Oh.
And they were looking good there for a bit. Now they're tumbling. I don't think I'm going to get a single call. I've had a shocker.
I want Melbourne to have a tough game and see how they go. They got the Dragons this week, so not really tough.
Manly, for me, is still hanging in there.
And Munster coming off the bench? I reckon he'll come off the bench again.
You reckon one more game on the bench? Yeah.
Especially with the way Wishart's playing, dude. Like, Wishart, they didn't even bring him off. That's how much they're rating him at the moment. Didn't even bring him off, left him on there, scored a meaty.
Ooh.
Just plays good footy.
He's just a footy player.
Oh.
Maybe Munster on the bench for 2 more games, and then Thursday, the 15th of August, Penrith
Well, like they said,
Melbourne
they
Storm.
need to get his legs into him. But he, like, Munster's just one of them players. He didn't even look like he'd been out. He's bouncing around. Like, normally you see him, they take a little bit. Like, first run, bing, 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 bing. He's bouncing around, stepping around like an idiot. Like, you think maybe conservative, just take a hit up here or there. But he was just having a red hot crack.
I think, Melbourne, Penrith, and the Roosters are probably top 4.
Yeah, especially now that win for the Roosters on the weekend was big for them.
Yeah.
Because they've still got the bye left, so they're 2 points clear of Cronulla, and their PD's far superior.
Yeah.
So, and then behind them is then the Bulldogs and the Cowboys on 26.
I reckon Bulldogs could crack that top 4.
I think the Cowboys
have still got a bye.
They got a bye, and they got like 4 out of 6 home games.
Cowboys have got one of the most favourable run home.
Yeah, right.
But we know what the Cowboys are like.
No Cotter, no Taumalolo this week.
They can just shit the bed at any time, the Cowboys.
I'd say so. Definitely no Cotter. Taumalolo, I think he might have only been in grade 2, but he
They've
failed.
got the Tigers, though. Okay.
Yeah, but the Tigers can just
That like
pull
that?
one.
Is that like that? That always helps.
Pull one out of the hat.
I tell you what, I'd hate to be one of these guys at the table here that support a team that are sitting lower than Canberra and St. George at this time of year.
Oh, come on, bud. What are you going to be like that for?
They're not bad.
We had our 1 year. Straight back down. Couldn't even keep it going for fucking 3-4 years, boys. Come on.
Now the Knights are probably where they want to be. This is where they probably plan to be at this time of year.
Yep.
Boys,
Yeah.
we're gonna replicate last year.
Yeah, we're going to sneak in through the back door again.
Win 6 games.
just to get dumped
lose first round.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's going to make finals, baby.
It's Joel Embiid of the NRL.
Well, right, I've got another winner for us.
Mm.
And that's the women of the WNRL, or NRLW,
Post celebrations.
post-try
Oh,
celebrations, actually
how
just giving
good.
it a red-hot crack. They have been so good. Even that Nuasala, you know that one where she punched old love in the face? The girl's biffing. You're joking.
I still don't understand how she didn't get sent. So, because she got penalised for the hip drop, and it was a bad hip drop too.
Yeah, old hip drop. Then the
And then-
sisters come across, give her a shove, and then she just...
Haktua.
And then Old Love, for getting punched in the face, got 10 of them in too.
Or third woman in.
Oh, is that what they called it?
I'm guessing so. That she instigated it, apparently.
But man, some of them, like the setting up the sprint, the old, what do you call it, bouquet toss and the basketball, they've been ripping them. They brought back the old photo one.
Yeah, did you see that? Then one of the Roosters girls tried to slap the ball out. I was like, she's on your team now.
Yeah. Some of them, man, some of the creativity that's gone into it, and there was one, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like the bowling one, and they're like, big ups to the Raiders who did a post-try celebration after being 30-0 down. Cut it to 30-4 and then do the old post-try. But that's what you want. Like they said, around this time, it is like Origin and the people are serious and you jostle them for positions and it's starting to get to that point at the end of the season. But I swear last year and the year before was so much better. I feel like they're not even doing anything this year.
No.
There's barely any. And if they are doing them, it's just tiny enough to almost like the coaches have said, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like some of it, like surely coming into it, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's see them. Like the cricket one last year, like the boys were starting to actually do some, flary ones as well. But the girls love it. I mean, it is, you don't want to say that it is, but it's less serious than the fellas. So they do have that little bit of fun and that creativity. But
Well, we're talking about the shouts. So the Raiders had their first win of the women's premiership in their first game. So good on them. Pump the Tigers, which I'm worried about. So I think you got it the wrong way around.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Must have been the Tigers. Must have been the Tigers against the Raiders.
I was like, hold on, earlier before you.
The story that I read was, I think it was more based on the Raiders. So it must have been just Raiders up big, but the Tigers, like, I don't know.
It's just going to be interesting to see. I just hope, hopefully they haven't pushed too many teams in the women's already. Like they've got 4 new teams this year. And the West Tigers were one of them. And they got pumped by 20 against another new team. So hopefully it's just one of those games. And
But the good thing
about
it's
the Tigers.
Yeah, the good thing about the NRLW is they kind of somewhat reset every year.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot of movement in the off season.
Yeah.
So depending on what happens, they could get some new girls.
Well, yeah, that's it. I think that's it, boys.
I was going to say, the only game that I did watch all weekend, like an actual full game, and I actually missed the first probably 20 minutes of it, was the Roosters Knights NRLW game. That was a fucking ripper game too.
Yeah, from what I seen bits and pieces as well.
The winner for me was the Knights defense in that game. Like the Roosters.
Oh, and Upton. Oh, fuck, man.
She is good.
As
I said, at least one of the Knights teams have picked a fullback that can win them a premiership.
Oh, that's solid. Hey, props to the Roosters though. They can pick good-looking players.
We're the most attractive team in the comp, I reckon.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Especially now you fucking Jag Strange. Old Jasmine.
We didn't jag her, mate. My dad coaches the team. Of course she was coming.
Yeah.
Ethan will be in the men's team soon.
Well,
you right, bud?
Oof, he reckons. Oof. All right, come on then. Make up some Dally M's from Friday night.
nah.
No, mate, I'll watch every game here. I'll go first.
Oh, will ya?
Yeah.
Sure. What do you got? Will Warbrick for 3?
You don't know how bad I want to. Just to piss him off.
He fucking played some good footy too.
He did. Oh, no, but my 1 point.
All 3 of them from losers.
Happy Coruscant's getting all 7 of my points. 6, sorry. I can't even do math.
He gets a bonus point for getting all 3. Go on, give it to us.
Shit. My 1 is Harry Grant. He had a ripper. And he scored himself a meat pie, so.
Tick. Although it was probably the only tick of the weekend. Tick. Well, my 1 point, I'm going across to me main man for the Warriors. Love seeing AFB get over for another meaty. And to top it off, he scored in the 69th minute. Nice.
What do you got, Jake?
Cody mentioned it before, and Cody was right. He just keeps playing very, very well, and he's staying on the field.
Corey Oates played on Saturday, brother.
Must not listen to Cody either.
Oh, Jesus.
One
That tickled me, that.
To Tyrone Wishart from the Melbourne Storm. keeps playing well.
I thought you were going to say Warbrick.
Fuck off. He's a wiggers, bro.
He's a what? Oh, Jesus. You love to see it. Kyle, you 2 points?
Yeah. I've actually got Chanel Harris Tavita for my 2 points. I don't really know what he did, but he kicked a couple of conversions.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I rate him. He had, I think he missed his first. I think he missed his first 2 or something. Yeah, he missed his first 2, and I thought, oh no, because he comes in and he missed the first one, and I'm like, he needs confidence here. He fucking just shanked it again. Like, it wasn't even too bad, and it pulled up short, and I was like, come on, big fella, we see this in the the NRLW. You need to at least be getting it there. And then his second one was short again, and I was like, oh no. And then the third one, he had a bit of a laugh, absolutely slotted it, and the fucking crowd went up, and everyone was behind him, which I thought was good because he was copping a lot of shit last week. So it was good to see him. I do like that. I rate you 2. But I'm not going to give him 2. I'm going to give me mate fucking Harry Grant 2. I'm going to up him from yours. Called him for a try, got himself a meaty. Love to see it. Harry Grant for me for 2.
I'm going to a bit left field here, but he's having a little renaissance of his career.
Sorry, what was that? Rhinoceros.
What's the word? Renaissance, mate.
It's not a renaissance, brother.
Renaissance. Coming back.
Resurgence. He's over the renaissance. What's he going backwards?
No,
Thank you, my lord.
Like, no, thought he was done, but, this year for the Warriors, he's just found his spot in the team, the starting lineup. He's playing really well.
Absolute peasant.
2 points to Dylan Walker. He's been playing really good. Had another red hot game here. I think he's found his spot at 13 there. Playing good. What a renaissance.
Yeah, and for my 3 points, he's having a really ravioli of a season. Jeez.
Yeah, my 3 points is going to Ratatouille.
Oh, jeez. What do you got for us, Kyle?
So, look, we mentioned him a bit earlier, just in this segment. But my 3 points, I don't usually go wingers, but I'm going Will Warbrick.
That's a great shout, actually. That is a great shout. He's been playing some really good football.
He did have a red hot game, but still, fuck me.
I had him written down fucking ages ago. I was hoping.
As soon as he got named on the team sheet. Oh, you didn't want me to bring him up at all. Just blindside us.
You could have only played 5 minutes and I was still going to name him my 3.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you love to see it.
I reckon from now on, this is how we do our Daily M's. Just blind watch. Just don't watch Friday Night,
Do
boys.
not watch Friday Night and just see how it sounds. Oh, Jesus.
What about you, Coach? Who's your 3?
Yeah, look, I reckon you're on the right wavelength there.
Hey, Warbrick wasn't bloke in the bar of team of the week too, so props there, Kyle.
Yeah, right.
Look, I just can't go past him. It's far too good. Whoa, we're in for 3 points, mate. I'm going with you. I was nearly going to go across to Grant Anderson, give the other winger some praise. He played a good game too, but Warbrick just a bit better.
Yeah, but do you know Warbrick? He played in the sevens or something before. He's only just come across the NRL. So, do you also know Damien Cook's a sand runner, beach sprinter?
Well, actually, he's a centre. And they said he's got the speed. I was actually disappointed in the commentators because he had to go 2 weeks in a row now. He's had to fill in at the centres. And he went out there and they went, he'd done a little move and they went, yeah, at least he's got the speed for the centres. And I was like, someone's got to get on the back of that and go, yeah, he used to be a beach sprinter. Nothing. Not a single word said about beach sprinting.
Oh, well, commentators get a loser for the week there.
They are losers.
All right,
Anyway,
Jake,
Jake,
who's your 3?
Not winger.
Well, you're right. It's not a winger because I've watched a little bit of rugby league and highlights and, just saw who gave the ball to the winger to do the hard work. And that's Ryan Pappenhausen. Best game since his injury. Played really good. This gets you a little bit scary. In saying that,
it is. When the Melbourne Storm have been killing it top of the ladder, they got Pappenhausen hitting form, Munster coming back. You're joking.
With Pappenhausen, though, you can still see he's definitely a little bit hampered from some injury. Like there was a point where he picked up the ball, made a line break, and I reckon Pappenhausen fully last year, like fresh, would have pinned these back, probably scored, but he just didn't have the pace to get away from, I think, someone.
Regan Kamagula?
No, Dylan Brown. So Dylan Brown is fucking fast.
Which one looked hampered?
Pappenhausen.
Like I reckon, like
I thought you were
last
talking
year-
about Munster.
Last year he would have fucking, I reckon, been able to score the length of the try, but he just wasn't as fast.
I think for the try. I like
But
that.
still had
The
a
old
red hot
length,
game.
full length of the try.
Did make 2 errors, but 3 points on Pappenhausen.
How many errors did Warbrick make?
Fucking none. So
Yeah,
I'm very
that's
surprised.
right.
I'm very surprised.
Hey,
Fucking hell. Because we
Wingers.
get rugby league.
wingers, centers are the new wingers because they be doing fuck all.
In round 19, Mulatalo got 6 points in our thing.
Yeah, he scored fucking his first hat trick. It was red hot.
I still can't believe that was his first.
But see,
That's
like
crazy.
a winger to get a hat trick, yeah, maybe give him 3 points. Scores 1 try. Anyway, that is round 21 of the rugby league.
He doesn't get footy.
Doesn't get it.
Another good week.
Picked a
Another
bloke
ups
that
and
made
downs
2 errors.
results. And
Rookie.
The top 11 was it's starting to be clear, maybe.
I can see clearly now. His hammy's good.
Oh, my hammy's not good. It hurts.
Bye.
Love you.